Those occurrences in your life that have a profound impact on who you will become. Sometimes you see them coming, sometimes they take you by surprise. A job loss can be one of the most impactful occurrences in anyone's life. In September of 2010, the unemployment rate in the U.S. was 10.1%. This translated to approximately 31,191,627 people who were out of work, each with a different story. This morning, Scott would like to share the story of The Call. Please welcome Scott Brown.
January 2009. The call was almost innocuous in nature. Just another call from the president asking for another training session. To make nothing out of the ordinary. The request was simple. Travel to Paramus, New Jersey, Brooklyn, New York, and give the same 3-day training session that you had given 1,000 times before. The man who received the call thought, what could possibly go wrong? Like everything else in life, sometimes the most innocuous requests are those that when you look back in the rearview mirror, are those that are the most impactful in your entire life. On January 26th of that year, he walked through the parking lot of Paramus, New Jersey, the cold cutting through his coat, as the wind blew off the Hudson River like a Hudson Hawk cutting through him. The only thing that was colder that morning would be the bellicose greeting that he received from the senior executive in Paramus. We don't want you here. We didn't ask for you. You should go home. So welcome to Paramus. And make it quick. Wow. So I guess this is going to be a really interesting couple days, huh? He went, he did his training session, and after 3 days, he realized the middle managers bought in. The senior team bought in. He got a great ovation. He was happy. Except for the fact in the back of the room, there was always this one person, this 5'0" lady who greeted him so miserably with the 1984 slick back feathered hair right out of a Bon Jovi video that just glared. And glared. And glared. Fast forward 6 weeks. Day was April 26th. I'll never forget it. The announcements came out of the blue. The president of the U.S. was retiring. Not the president, but the president of the company was retiring. He was moving home. His boss, who he was so close with, had taken a promotion. And he was moving on. And then came the announcement that just knocked him on his feet. His new boss was a 5'0", featherback black hair lady from Paramus, New Jersey. He would later describe the next 16 months as the longest decade of his life. Nothing went well for 16 months. In the time before she had come, he had been a rising star. He'd gotten to go to Sweden. He had done presentations all over the country. Everyone looked to him for support and how to grow a business. In those 16 months that he spent with a lady from Paramus, New Jersey, he almost forgot how to tie his shoes. Everything went so wrong. They disagreed on everything from culture to ethics, from merchandising to operations, to culture and to ethics. The day before he went on vacation, August 28th, 2010, he remember saying to his best friend, "It cannot get any worse than it is today." If only those words were true. Because on September 6th, he walked back in from vacation, and he got the tap. "Oh, come back. Come back. We're going to have a little chat." He walked into the conference room. It was just a 5'0" lady from Paramus, New Jersey, and the loss prevention manager. Have a seat. I have waited for years to do this. I have waited so long. I hate you.
Oh.
And today, I get to fire you. Goodbye.
Ooh.
And that was it. For the next 8 months, this man walked around in a fog, in a haze. He walked around not sure of where he was going and what he was doing. He could barely get out of bed. He realized he had no purpose in life anymore. He didn't know who he was. He had lost everything about himself. He had defined himself by his job, by his career. And when that definition was gone, so was who he thought he was. This isn't the story of just anybody. This is my story. This is the first time I've ever told this story. Because I've learned something. That when you define yourself in a little box, and that box all of a sudden closes, you no longer have a definition of who you are. It's not so much about what you do. It's about who you are as a person. You're not just a financial advisor, an IT person, an HR person, a training and development specialist. You are everything that makes you who you are as a person. And we forget that so often. We define ourselves as, I have trouble speaking in public. We define ourselves as, I can't do math. We define ourselves in so many ways that limit who we can become. But why? Why define yourself in such a little box? Because all that you're doing is saying, I'm now putting this box out there, and if anybody closes my box, I no longer know who I am. Articulators helped me realize again who I was and define my voice. And for that I will be eternally grateful. But it doesn't have to be a Toastmasters group. It doesn't have to be anybody. Because at least for me in Articulators, when I heard evaluations, all of a sudden I started to hear the words again, not just listen to the sounds. And I realized that there were people out there that told me on a daily basis that I was more than just an HR person. I was a good coach. I was a good husband. I was a helpful person. I was a good friend. And you hear those things, but do you actually let them resonate with who you are? If you do, congratulations, because you're stepping out of your box. And I leave you with this challenge today. Look at how you define yourself. Is it a box that's closed or a box that's open? It's yours to define. Toastmasters, thank you.